back again with another YouTube video. It's your boy Uriah G. Today we're gonna react to rappers who went broke. Yeah, we're gonna react to rappers who went broke. I'm gonna make sure I put the link in my description. So let's get right into the video.
When you think of the lifestyle of a rapper, you may think fast cars, 3-story mansions, stacks of cash, and jewelry compared to chandeliers. But this lifestyle can be very hard to keep up with, especially when you have bad deals, big entourages, and just a lack of financial literacy. A lot of these guys will go broke, so here's the top 5 rappers who blew up and lost their fortunes. Let's start off with the New York legend 50 Cent. With a career selling over 30 million records worldwide, an estimated net worth nowadays of about $150 million, many successful TV shows under his belt, it hasn't always been smooth sailing in his career. Even after becoming rich, he would eventually file for bankruptcy in 2015, even after approximately making about
I think I did read on that, and I think I heard about this before.
$450 million to that point in his career. From his record-setting releases and his successful partnership and sale of vitamin water to Coca-Cola, this led him to even...
He also had brand deals like was it Powerade? Nah. What drink was it? It was like some dragon fruit drink they had for their brand. I forgot what the brand name was. Oh yeah, vitamin water. That's what you just said.
Buying a mansion once owned by Mike Tyson. But one thing that killed him was a lawsuit filed by the girlfriend of Rick Ross for posting a very explicit photo of her, which caused him to lose a $5 million lawsuit. He would eventually just file for bankruptcy. After this ruling and a handful of bad investments, technically 50 was broke, but technically he still had some money. He was just broke in the sense of money going in and out wasn't equal. So technically he did go broke, so we just gonna move on to the next one. Any chance we're gonna get, we're definitely gonna throw some shots and troll Young Buck. G-Unit signee was originally a Cash Money signee. He would sign his deal in 1997, eventually leaving in 2000 for Juvenile's UTP group, while he was hot for his single Back That Ass Up, but eventually leaving their group to join G-Unit in the early 2000s. After his success on 50 Cent's debut album, Get Rich or Die Tryin', his G-Unit career would be pretty successful, as his debut album would reach about number 3 on the Billboard 200, and another being classified as platinum. But it wasn't always perfect, as Buck would be arrested for the Vibe Awards incident, eventually getting his case dropped. But after his incident, behind the scenes...
I don't know too much about this rapper. You guys, tell me if you guys like this rapper that he's talking about. His name, I believe, is Young Jock or something like that. Let's continue.
A lot of messy stuff in the sense of, chains getting, taken and missing shows and events. Even, allegedly, drug use would kind of get to be a big deal behind the scenes with his life. And the money that he did make during his career would quickly dwindle. And in 2008, he'd be, dropped from G-Unit after he would release a 50 Cent diss track, which made absolutely no noise. That ended up leading 50 to just release a phone call of Buck basically crying and begging over the phone to him. It was actually pretty funny. Go look that up if y'all haven't. After seeing that footage get released, he just ended up dropping another 50 Cent diss. Even though he wasn't with the group anymore, he still had a deal which he had owed about 3 more albums. And without the ability to...
And he had to owe the label 3 albums, I guess, in order to continue his deal or be on track with it.
Kind of, have freedom to just drop whatever he wanted to. He would eventually just file for Chapter 13 bankruptcy and, leading to a very sad end to his career. If you know, you know. And if we speaking on New York rappers that went broke, we can't forget about DMX, Long Live. Another rapper with a very impressive career. He would find success pretty quickly.
Yeah, now I know about this. DMX, he went broke. I know about this one, though.
His career after his first album, It's Dark, Hell is Hot. doing about 251K first week. And this will not stop either. Each project getting bigger than the last, and it doesn't get much
Yeah, and this album is like one of the biggest selling albums of all time.
bigger than DMX. After selling about 75 million records in his career and selling out pretty much a whole
Alright.
nation at one show, not only being successful on the music side, but also on the acting side, starring in some of his own classics. But it was a real dark behind the scenes for X, being jailed over 30 times in his lifetime, from things from assault, robbery, reckless driving, to I even believe
And I think part of the reason why he went bankrupt is because of all the legal trouble he got into.
back child support. During this time, he was also, battling addiction. This was just a recipe to run through the millions that he did make through his career. One thing that also killed him, he made a lot of kids. He had 12 kids by multiple baby moms, and he was drowning in child support payments, which got so bad to where he was eventually $2.3 million in debt to the IRS in about 2019. RIP DMX. Now, when we're talking about rappers going broke, it hasn't been too embarrassing, except for Mr. Buck and his
Alright, let's hear about this one. This is Bow Wow.
shenanigans. But Bow Wow takes the cake for this. He is one of the most embarrassing people that has gone broke in the past, probably 2 decades. Well, let's start off with how he made his money. He started off his rap at an early age, starting off rapping at about 6 years old. It wouldn't take long for him to be noticed at a Los Angeles show by Snoop Dogg, who would eventually give him his stage name, Little Bow Wow. Shortly after this, he would get a big look in the rap industry as he was featured on Snoop Dogg's legendary Doggy Style album and getting a spot on the Gin and Juice music video. This would put so many eyes on him, that being somebody by the name of Jermaine Dupri. He helped Bow Wow create his
Yeah, I think he was like his mentor. He's the one who put him on. Yeah.
image and helped him drop his debut album, Beware of Dog, which has sold over 3 million copies to date, going double platinum. He also would not only just have success on the rap side, but he also would have an acting career. He'd be seen in movies like All About the Benjamins and Like Mike.
Yup. Lottery Ticket also. Lottery Ticket. He said Like Mike. Roll Bounce. He was in a lot of movies actually. It's crazy.
But what went wrong mainly was unpaid taxes, a lavish lifestyle, and getting too much money way too young. It even got so bad to the point where he claimed he was broke and owed the IRS $126,000. He owed also back child support, on top of that being a victim of multiple repossessions, including a $200,000 Bentley and a $220,000 Ferrari. T-Pain made his first appearance
Yes, Grandma.
The Papa will ask you that we went to Walmart to say, yeah, we buy too, okay?
Alright.
in the industry in 2004 by signing a joint venture with Akon, and he would drop his debut single, I'm Sprung, hitting number 8 on the Billboard 100, going platinum.
Okay.
Following it up with his smash hit, I'm in Love with a Stripper.
Yeah, I figured this would probably be at number 1. I'm guessing this is at number 1. Yeah, I know about T-Pain and, him going broke. I think he's good now, though. Because, he be on Masked Singer and stuff like that. But let's see what he has to say.
Both these tracks being lead singles for his debut album.
And part of it, I think he's going to go into depth about it. He bought that $40 million chain. Bro, I think that's what happened. I know about the story.
Made it instantly go number 1. T-Pain is practically an AI for the biggest hits for the early 2000s. Featured
Very talented artist, though. Very talented artist.
on some of your favorite songs with the likes of Shawty with Plies, Cyclone with Baby Bash, Kiss Kiss with Chris Brown, and Low with Flo Rida. But what went wrong? Making close to $40 million in his career, it all mainly dwindled away on bad investments and just bad spending habits, including a $2 million car, a literal $400,000 big-ass chain, and many other unreasonable...
Oh, 400,000. I thought it was 40 million. I'm tripping. I don't know.
Purchases, which led him to the point where he had to borrow money to even buy his kids Burger King. He would eventually
And
bounce back with
I did hear about that too.
this
Yeah.
and start living pretty large again with a consistent income from many sources, including a podcast with
Masked Singer. That I think he's about to say that. Let's see.
Twitch stream where you can catch him recording live beats and music. Soulja Boy is one of the rappers that makes it possible for the internet to be a place for rappers to succeed. He did it in a fast way, dropping his classic song Crank That, which exploded over the internet and was one of the earliest signs of music videos going viral, which even led him to sit on the top of the Billboard charts for 7 non-consecutive weeks. This eventually led him to signing a joint.
Being on the Billboard for 7 weeks, that's impressive. Especially if that was his start, you know, in the industry.
Venture with Interscope Records. Under them, he would drop his Soulja Boy Tell'em.com album, but it wouldn't receive the same love until he dropped Kiss Me Through the Phone, peaking at number 3. But he did something different than a lot of artists. He ended up selling this as a ringtone that garnered over 2 million sales. Now you do the math on that. With all this success, what possibly...
He is making money right now, though. I used to watch his lives on IG. I forgot what he used to be selling some stuff. I don't know. He had like some type of brand or something. I don't remember.
Could have gone wrong with this situation. Big Draco has been in and out of trouble over the years with a handful of lawsuits, plus a lot of rumors of his drug use over the years. He's, even done a few stints in rehab. He also, has received a judgment in court in 2023 where he had a negative net worth and needed to cut his expenses after receiving a $432,000 judgment. And also,
So he had went bankrupt at one point.
Soulja Boy being
I think I heard about it. I don't remember.
one of the classic people to get kind of exposed for the fake flexing, the fake money, flexing the rented houses and all that. It's just it's a wild one, but these are some of the top 5 artists I could think.
Alright, that was Rappers Who Went Broke. Tell me what you guys want to see next in the comments down below. I got more videos coming. Stay tuned. Subscribe, like, comment, and yeah, Uriah out.